Yeah. So it's something that we need to actually look at those framework because it's going to guide us. And also in the second class, we actually talk about some interesting thing, which is the career enhancement. As we all know that well, this mentorship is all about your career, your QS, construction experience, project manager. So we need some. We talked about some basic skills, some technical skills, some advanced skills that is needed for us to actually enhance our career, either as an entrepreneur or as an employee. Like I always say, it's not everybody that's going to be an employee. It's not everybody that's going to be an entrepreneur. But wherever phase you find yourself, ensure you give it all. Ensure you give it all in terms of you get and getting reward from it, financial reward and physical reward. So we talked about some skills enhancement, and we were able to give ourselves some second tasks. And the second task actually I don't know. Well, one thing that I understand about life is it's everybody cannot be the same and everybody cannot be on same commitment level in any facet of life, which is okay. And that is the demonstration I've actually seen on the score. Some people were very committed to some of their more all the assessments. I can name one or two persons that were consistent with all the assessments, not because they don't have other things they are doing, but because they want to be consistent with it. And I can see some of us that were consistent in the first assessment. We did not touch the second assessment. We did not touch the third assessment, which is not really good. And it's something that we need to learn because one thing that I've come to understand in my little years I've lived on this earth is that our destiny is in our hands. Though there is a place of prophecy, there's a place of religion, there's a place of God, but whatever we want to get in life, we can actually get it because God has given us that power. Because the greatest gift of life of God that God gave us is our choices. Do you understand? So it's our choice to be committed, it's our choice not to be committed, it's our choice to live, it's our choice not to live. Do you understand? So I noticed that some of us were committed to it, some of us were not committed to it. And I'm not really happy about that because later in the future, probably in few years, if I have probably an opportunity, I can't pick people that are not committed to little tasks because I can't trust them with if I refer them to big organizations or anything or any personal project or any job. Do you understand? Because I've not seen the little commitment. And it doesn't boil down to me alone. It boils down to your work. If you from that they might just ask you to do a little task because you feel it's not really a big deal or you're not getting any reward from it. You do it shabbily, but people are actually watching. I have told you my own experience, how I got my first role when I finished school. I was just told to do a market research without a payment. I did it not because I was expecting something then because I never knew what was coming in the future. I was doing it because I know that it's an opportunity for me to learn. So we should try to know that everything that comes to us is a process, is an opportunity to learn. So that being said, we talked more on the second class. While the third class, which was a brilliant session where we had to invite an external speaker. So we talked about networking and the value of networking. And I always tell you things, me, you see me right now, I'm not perfect. Like I have my flaws. I have some things that I'm lackadaisical about it. Do you understand? But at least the little things I tell you, all the things I've mentioned on this call, at least I practice most of them. For example, like this networking, this session, this week alone, if you follow me on LinkedIn, you will see I go to events not because I want to do it for sure, because I know that I'm getting value from it. And God be the glory. I made some good, meaningful connections. Someone that I've been speaking to online, I saw the person on the call and we had to take a picture. And he gave me an opportunity. He asked me that will I be interested in an opportunity to come to a board of directors to come and present about AI in context of time. It's an opportunity that just came, which I didn't even expect when I was going. So that advantages of us being exposed in terms of having a networking session. So we don't know what. And I was telling Stephen before everyone joined the call, you might go to some networking session, you won't gain anything. And you will get to some, you will gain many things, but you don't know where your miracle is. You don't know big breakthrough lies in. Just need to keep pushing it, keep trying. So, like I said, I know at the end of this mentorship programs, everybody's going to forget. I bet in the next 3 months, 6 months, some of us are going to forget it, but at least if you are going to be picking one thing from this session, is just ensure that you are valuable and you give yourself a high value in terms of social value. Do you understand? And you ensure that you network at every possible opportunity you have, because you don't know where some of us might be. Okay, you might be having a revenue of, let's say, $1 million per year, but you don't know, a new network might come that might raise up to 10,000. Do you understand? Well, that may raise up to 100 million. Do you understand? It depends on how we see all these things and the mindset, and having a good mindset around it. So that's basically about what we did in the first class and the second class. So the first, second, and third. So today's class right now, we are going to be looking at our main focus is going to be around leadership. So I don't know if from the last first three classes, I don't know if any of us has concern, complaints, or any observations before we move to the last session for today. And if there is none, just put some message in the chat so that I know that we are together. Do we have any questions, complaints, observations? Have you muted? No.
I don't have anything to say from my side, sir.
Okay, brilliant. Do anyone have anything? Joshua, how are you? Do you have any questions, anything to say from the last three classes?
Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. I have no question from the other.
Good evening, everyone.
Okay. Good evening.
Someone is speaking. Can I hold on?
Yeah, you can speak.
Oh, okay. Good evening, everyone. For the last three classes,
Yeah.
I want to say thank you. Let me start with thank you, because I've always had this impression, that, oh, I'm starting late. If that's what I want to, the word I want to use. Oh, I had my HND 2008 in quantity surveying, and I had my BSc, and the focus had always been where I used to be and what I have achieved. And over time, I just laid back, and I've been doing well, but I just felt I wasn't playing to my capacity, that I wasn't pushing boundaries, I wasn't doing what I know I can do. So I work, I do what I'm supposed to do. I don't mingle. I just go out my own way without bothering. I still get results. But I think from the first class, maybe because the mindset I've been, okay, let me do things differently this 2025. So when I saw the opportunity to do a mentorship, I just felt, okay, I think this is aligning with what I want. And for the first class, I can say for me,
Muted. We can't really
I
hear
just
you.
link up with people that I'm used to, people that I know. I don't, because I feel, but in the last 3 weeks, I've gone outside my comfort zone to do things that I don't usually do. And I am grateful that it's the push I needed, and it's actually worked for me. And I believe I am going to improve and keep doing better. So then on the class we had with Fadimula lesson, I've been following I read a lot on LinkedIn. I just I even saw your picture for the event you went during the week. So I just swipe on, and so it has given me the mindset that you can't, I know I'm very good. That's not an understatement. I know I'm good, but you can't be good and hide in your cocoon. You can't be good and hide in a corner. You have to come out. You have to show people. And I think I have been comfortable in a particular circle without breaking out. So that's where everything you've taught us is aligning with what I think I have laid back on. And that is the push I believe I need. Then the first day I asked you a question, I was talking about, I felt I started late, that age, that, I'm now competing with graduate that finished 5, 6, 7 years ago, what I finished years back on being on trying to. But I just realized you mentioned something that age is not a barrier. That anytime I hit the ground, I should just make sure I do whatever it is I'm doing right and do it well. Yeah,
Exactly.
thank you so very much. So that's the recap for me. I think I personalized the recap, and
Yeah.
that's my own take home from it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for being honest. Really, I really understand because a lot of us have this kind of mindset that okay, we are very good and we are not showing the world that we are good. And you will meet people that they are not as good as you, but when they talk, people bow, people look like, oh wow, what's this guy talking? I always tell people that you see Olayemi Usman, I'm not the best QAs out there. There are some things you bring in courtesy of doing that I'll be like, what's this one? I've not seen it. But you see the little I know, A for apple, B for ball in QSing and in construction and in digital construction, I will talk about it. I will talk about it, not because I'm an expert, but because I know that the little I know, I can people need the little I know. Because from the little I know, if I share it out, I will learn more from people. To be honest, I've learned from some of us in this call, and I've seen some of us where we need help, and I've seen that okay, it is not only me that needs help in those areas. Do you understand? I said this in the first class. I'm not the best mentor in town. This is my okay, not this is my first official non free mentorship because actually I've been doing teachings for the past few years right now, but I've not done like a mentorship session per se. But I just put this out because I believe that there's an urge for me that okay, some people might need help in their career redirection. Okay, let me just do this. I know I might not be perfect. I know most of us must have seen my flaws during this call, but believe me, I watched some of these videos when after doing it because I always edit the videos. If some of us follow me on Twitter, I always put on Twitter majorly. So I edit video, watch how I'm speaking, watch how I'm communicating, and say, okay, this way I need improvement, or like I need this because I'm not nobody is perfect. Nobody out there is perfect, and we can start at any time. Even we start at 50s, but ensure that you are putting value there. That's just it. There's no limitation in terms of age or in terms of this thing, please. And if you need any help, people are ready to help. One thing I've understand about, I know some of us are not Nigerians on the call, but you see, we Nigerians, we are ready to help each other if we speak up. Do you understand? So believe me, you Kashmir, you are not yeah, there's nothing like late in even in time of God. So forget about lateness. Do whatever you want to do, push your career out, push yourself out of the comfort zones and get things started, please. Okay, thank you once again for that personal recap.
Thank you.
I really appreciate that honest review. Okay, so moving on, we'll be talking about leadership workshop. So what I've done here, because you see right now, I think I mentioned probably in the second or the third class that I'm actually learning how currently my goal right now in the next 2 years right now is to develop leadership capacity. Do you understand? So by understanding some leadership skills, communications, influence, those things, I'm trying to learn it because I'm looking to take up leadership roles in the near future years. Do you understand? And I understand that it's not, I'm very sure some of us that are still young, in the next 5 years, we will occupy leadership role. And before we're able to occupy leadership role, we have demonstrated some leadership skills. So that's why if you are doing RICS, you need to demonstrate some competencies before they can certify you. And that's how life is. I can't become a leader first and start demo and be demonstrating the law. I must have been demonstrating it before I become a leader. And that's how we should know. So some of us that are looking to take up some leadership positions, I'm very sure most of us should be aiming to take on leadership position because we can't be doing bill of quantities or writing project, what do you call it in Primavera, if you're doing Primavera program of work for long. No, will take us on leadership position for us to manage people, manage resources, manage time. So those we need those skills. So that was, we are going to be teaching ourselves. I'm very sure as I'm teaching you, I'm teaching myself as well. So we're going to be teaching ourselves on what are the leadership things that we needed for us to succeed in terms of our career advancement and progress. Okay, if everybody's with me, please can you drop something in the chat so that I can feel that we are together? Drop a message in the chat, any emoji in the chats. Okay, thank you, Kios Aisha. Thank you, thank you. I can only see Kios Aisha. She's the only one with me today. Well, thank you, Kios Aisha. Okay, what is who's trying something on my okay, thank you, Joshua. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You have to okay, we are following sir. Thank you, Ansu. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, brilliant. So what I'm going to be doing today, it's more of leadership. So let's go. So what I've coined out from this is actually as a leader, we need to develop a mindset because mindset is a key to everything you want to do. If you don't have the mindset of a leader, I'm very sure we can't even handle any leadership positions. So we need to understand how to develop mindsets. And in developing a mindset, there are some things that we need to actually understand when we talk about developing mindsets. Okay. So for example, as a leader, when you consider yourself as a leader, you need to understand that you are not just there for a figure for a position's sake. You are there to manage people. So because one thing I've come to understand when leading is that people tend to just manage projects effectively without managing the people. So that's why you can see at the end of some projects, some people have a good reputation in terms of this person has managed our project very well. But when it comes to the aspect of the people, the workers behind the persons are very angry and not happy with whatever the person has put forward to. So looking at that mindset, it's not just like a title, it's just more of like building influences amongst your peoples from senior colleagues to people that are under you. So we need to actually understand that mindset that it's not just about title. You can't just be a general manager for projects. You need to be a general manager for people. You need to be a general manager for resources. You need to be a general manager for time. Or probably you need to be a senior. So you just need to understand that you're not just there because of the title. You're there because you want to really manage people and resources. So, and also when you talk about mindset of the leaders, we need to understand that we are talking about manage how would I put it when there is a challenges we're actually seeing opportunities because there's this thing that when people when there's a challenges everybody's as human we are always want to be pointing the fingers at the bad people. Do you understand? Okay, this person that this is the cause of the challenges, this is the cause of the problem. But you see people are drawn to solution oriented people. So when there is a problem, one one thing I'm learning as well as a person is when there is a problem, instead of just casting the stone, it's easier for you to throw stone at people. Do you understand? So instead of just casting stone and looking at okay, this is the cause of it, we should try to look at it from the solution aspect of it. Even we don't have a solution, we need to break down. That was why that's how the breakdown, all I put it, the breakdown structure comes in. We need to understand, we need to look at the root cause analysis. Okay, what is the cause of this problem? Who was there? Where was it? So those are the things we need to start looking at for us to build like a leadership mindset because that is going to help us for us to actually progress as a professional in the industry. And also, and like I said earlier on, as a professional, we need to understand that leadership is all about taking responsibility and owning it. Just looking at your career right now, you need to own your career. You need to take a leadership position of your career because if you don't own it, if you don't own your career, nobody's going to own you for you. So that mindset, if you transpose that mindset into our job, to our work, we need to if the tax is given to us, we need to own it automatically without looking at okay, trying to make people responsible for what we should be responsible with. So we need to understand how to manage and take responsibility as a leader or a young leader. So and other mindset we need to actually develop is I'm an employee today. I'm a consultant today. I'm looking forward to be a senior consultant, a principal consultant, a senior director, a director, blah, blah, blah. even one day CEO. Do you understand? I am his employee doesn't mean that I'm going to be the employee forever. You're a junior quantity surveyor does not make you be a junior quantity surveyor forever. You're a junior project manager or you're a junior civil engineer does not make you to be a civil engineer forever. You need to have that mindset of growth that okay, this is just a phase of your life. You need to understand, okay, one day I'm going to occupy some position. So how you want to be seen other people in terms of a junior level, try to be seeing yourself that okay as in that junior level that you are currently, try to be understanding that one day you're going to be a leader. So whatever decision you are making in a junior position, ensure that you are responsible for those decisions, and whatever task that is allocated to you, ensure that you do that task to the maximum level of capacity that you have. And I know as a junior, as an employee or a junior person, you might not have all the resources to get some tax done. But whatever tax is allocated for, you do it 100%. One thing I do at work is that when I get projects, if a project is okay, if you say, Yemi, this is your project, I ensure that I manage all the process from the beginning to the end. But the truth is that at some point of those projects, I get hooked. So when I get hooked, I go to my line manager. So this is what these are the informations I need. How can I go about this? Because you can't know it all. But just imagine I'm giving that tax. As I'm giving the tax, it means I'm sorry thinking, I can't finish this. No, I need to take this person needs to take this part, this person needs to take part. I'm already delegating without even thinking, can I even finish this alone? Before we think delegation, because as a leader, we need to understand delegation as well. Before you think delegation, understand that these tasks cannot, and these tasks are not really important for you to do because as a leader, there are some things you need to focus on in terms of the commercial aspect of a pro- of a business. Because you need to look at the business generations, you need to look at the commercial aspect. That's what you need to focus on. So you now as an employee, you need to start looking, okay, if I'm going to be a leader someday, how can I delegate? But now, currently, I can't delegate now. I need to own whatever they give me. So I need to solve whatever problem I've been employed to do. So as an employee, we need to start not just looking at ourselves as an employee. We need to start looking, thinking fat, having a growth mindset because that is going to help us in terms of building our leadership skills and capacity. And also, the other aspect is we need to, like I said in our last class, we need to be proactive rather than being reactive. So this is similar to what I said earlier on. So we shouldn't be wait for things. We shouldn't wait to be told things to get done at work. If you know that you can, if you know that you can actually get some tasks done, do it. Because you see, one thing we think as a young people in the industry, we think that okay, I'm just here to collect salary. Sometimes, if the salary doesn't come, can you feed yourself without the salary? Because if you don't do the hard tax, how can you, if you are now put in a position, in a higher position, how can you solve those attacks when you get there? So the best time for you to learn is when you are in a very junior level. You learn those technical skills 100%. So it will not be a problem for you when you get to your leadership positions. So that's one thing that we need to always learn. We need to be proactive at work. And we know construction is time, money, and quality that is going if we are not being proactive with anything we are doing. So as a young people, as a young professional, as a professional industry, whatever phase we find ourselves, we need to be proactive, please. Because that will help us. You might also say that people are not seeing you. People are watching. That's one thing we should know. People are watching you, either directly or indirectly. They are watching. So, and ensure that and ensure that you're not just doing it because you are watching. You are doing it because that's what you do. It is right. It's better to be right than just be doing things for doing sake. So that's another thing that we need to start developing as an employee that wants to become a leader. I understand it is not everybody that might be interested in occupying a leadership position. But even in our family, as a man, you are going to have your own family. You are a leader of your house. And as a woman, you are going to have your own family. You are leader in your own house in the capacity in that capacity as well. So leadership span across more than just being a QS or a career wise, where there are different capacity, even in church or in mosque, you can occupy some leadership position. Okay, so now looking at some leadership traits, this is going to be similar to what I've said earlier on. So having some leadership traits you should have. You should have a good. Sorry, can me just what's that? Some leadership position we should actually look at is in terms of having some good influence. Because if I don't, in my little ways, if I don't have some influence right now, I might not be able to call people together. If I don't have some influence at work, I might not be able to get some project done. So we need to have little influence. It might not be much. You might be able to influence one or two people, but ensure that wherever you are, one thing, while I was in university, I ensure that I have influence in terms of when we talk about quantity surveying, because when we started quantity surveying in year two, proper quantity surveying in year two, I'm the only one that always talk about taking off. So then I will design an Excel. I will put all those formula, length, breadth, height. I will put those formula, I will put those templates. I will show my friends. That's a little influence I'm creating. And every session every holiday session, I'm opportunity to follow my dad to site. I will send those pictures, snap them. This following year, I was coming to university, to school, resume school. I brought measuring tape just to show that, okay, I've been going to site. I brought measuring tape, because it was new. People does not really know about all this. I brought measuring tape. I was showing them this is how to read the measuring tape. This is how to do this. So that little capacity, you're actually building influence. You're actually influencing people. And that aspect grew when I started using softwares too. I started using softwares in my fourth year. I built the influence by letting my friends know about it, telling lecturers about it. Lecturer added the software into the curriculum for that year. After graduation, I've started my prospect startup. I built that. So that's influence in my own capacity. And now I'm trying to do this. So at every capacity you find out, we shouldn't just be normal people. That's one thing about me. Oh. I'm not perfect, but you can't see me just say I want to be normal people. No, I'm not meant to be normal. This word said is not normal. You can't be normal in this abnormal word. Do you understand? So we just need to go extra mile on whatever you are doing. The word is not fair on a normal ground if you look at it. The word is like this in terms of the how I put it, what's the language there? What is not really fair? It's you have some good and the bad and the ugly about it. But you need to understand that you need to hone your own word. You need to crave, have your own niche and hone your own word so that people will know that, okay, this in this particular capacity, QS Miriam is best. In this particular capacity, and Deborah is this, Sarah is this. So we need to understand those things that we need to carve our niche. You need to hone our career because nobody can do it for us. So as a leader, we need to be able to build influence that if you talk, at least one or two people will know that, okay, you are saying something that is fact. Do you understand? So that's why for you to build the leadership skills, you need to do that because you need to just not be a normal QS. Do you understand? There are a lot of QS outside there. What is segregating you? What is making you to be special? It might just be it might just be probably it might just be contracts that is segregating you. It might just be negotiations. Some of us have good negotiation skills that no matter the client, you will negotiate and the clients will succumb to your own skills. So you need to segregate yourself. What differentiates you in the for example, like Usman, I'm not bragging, but at least you can't mention 1 to 5 persons in the keywords in terms of Nigerian that understand BIM sustainability that you can't mention me. No, I'm not bragging, it's just a fact. Not because I know everything about BIM, not because I know everything about sustainability, but because I'm trying to build influence around it. Do you understand? So as a leader, let's try to build influence. And you might see me the next 5 years right now, I might be occupying one big role in one thing because of this little influence I'm building. You will see now, most of us that post online on LinkedIn. I reshared it also as well. As you are posting, you are helping my own presence. I'm helping your own presence as well because you know that okay, Olayemi has worked with this person. From there, if there's any opportunity, you can easily get it. Do you understand? So that you need to understand how to build a leadership trait. So we need to also, when it comes to another leadership trait, is we need to have emotional intelligence. Like I said in the previous class, you can't just talk to people because you are in a position. So you need to have empathy on people. Okay, let's say for example, what happened today right now? Sarah mentioned she's not feeling fine. Okay, let's say for example, I'm even paying her salary right now. And I'll be like, okay, you're not feeling fine, so what should I now do? But you're okay now, you can continue the job, you can get the job done. My goal is for you to get the job done. That's not being emotional and intelligent. That's a stupid attitude of any leader. You shouldn't talk to people in a very way. You need to respect people on a very horizontal manner. You shouldn't just look at people because this person is in a high rank, I should respect. This is on a low rank, you should respect. No, that is very, very ethical. That's ethically wrong for you to choose level in terms of being respectful, respecting people. That's very, very wrong. And that's one thing I understand that we have those kind of scenario in Africa or in some places. I've been in that scenario that people you don't respect my intelligence as well. Do you understand? But when it comes to the Western world, you see that irrespective of your level, they still respect you because that's how I feel it should be. You should respect people irrespective of their job titles and the like. So you need to have emotional intelligence as a leader. Okay, and also as a leader, also we need to lead people with purpose and integrity. Okay, let's say for example, right now I want to, I am, we have a mentorship sessions, and at the end of mentorship sessions, I've promised you people that okay, it's going to be free, nobody's paying, probably be the first class. I've said that okay, thank you for joining, but I want you to people to pay 50 pounds for me to continue or something. That's not integrity because I've lured you in a very wrong way to come and I'm now charging, which is not. If I want to charge for people, I was like, okay, this amount I'm charging. When I was doing my training in Nigeria, I put an X amount of it. Okay, this amount I'm charging. When I did my first BIM program in Nigeria in Futa 24 years ago, I put amount there because we need to be we need to have good integrity as a leader. I understand that the problem we face most in Africa is bad integrity. You see people occupying leadership position in a small capacity, maybe a chairman, but there is no integrity. It's not really good because we come to understand that as a leader, we are there to serve people, not just to serve ourselves. If you want to really be a truthful leader, a thoughtful leader, you need to serve people. Recently, let me just give you a little case. Don't quote me. It's currently there's a case in RICS currently that there's some shad. Okay, there were some cases actually. Let me just there were some cases in RICS that happened that some people were shady in terms of the money, but because the leadership of that particular governing councils they were truthful, they didn't buy into the idea of some of the leadership. They exposed it, and it was a case that all led to some new policies that was brought through in RICS a few years ago. So because if we keep hiding bad traits of leadership, the things is going to be getting more and more corrupt. I understand we have a bad leader, but in our little capacity, if you have a good occupied leadership position, either in QS or anywhere, please just try and maintain high integrity because society will surely speak one day, one day. You understand? So let's just try that. I know we are not perfect. I'm not perfect, but whatever mistakes that we are going to be making, we should be making it intentionally. Do you understand? Because as a QS, you're going to be handling some project that you have the finances just on you, or probably the time or the tendering is just on you. So the tenders are just on you. You can decide on who to give the contract. So we need to be integrity. You need to have good integrity as a leader. Okay. Moving on. So looking at the strategies of being a good leader, are we together? Are we together? Let me get some messages on the chat. Are we together? Are we following? Am I too fast? Am I too slow? Hey, yeah, okay, thank you, Yusuf. Thank you, Mariam. Okay, thank you. So now let's look at some strategies you should have in terms of being a leadership, being a leader, a good leader. So we need to have communication and influence. I've talked about communication 110 times since the beginning of this because communication is key. The way you communicate to me will make me read meanings to whatever you are saying. So we need to have good communication and have good influence, just like what I said earlier on. So if you want to be as a leader, we need to learn to listen to people. We need to learn to listen to people. People communicate, some people communicate slow, some people communicate fast. Me, I believe that I communicate fast. That's why I always, if I'm talking to people, I'll be like, am I too fast? Am I too fast? Am I too just I know that I talk fast. So doing that as well is a subconscious I try to build to know that okay, I want to understand, I want to ensure that someone is person is and the person is listening to me and I'm being listened to. Do you understand? We need to learn that how to communicate effectively. But let me tell you facts. You see, all I mean is still learning communication skills that I do presentations on communication at work. I'll be like, okay, I've learned how to communicate this. I've learned how to even though uh, like report writing. I'm still learning how to do report writing. I'm not perfect, even though my day-to-day job is more of report writing. I'm still learning it. But it doesn't now mean that because I don't know how to do, I'm not perfect in report writing now. When report writing now comes, I will now be keeping quiet. Even if it's just executive summary, I know it. I will stop that. I will say that executive summary and I will say it confidently. You know that, but you know that sometimes when you talk with confidence, people respect you. But when you say some things, if you say some right things and you're not confident about it, people will not take you right. Do you understand? So we need to be confident. Is what I'm teaching. Is my own life that I'm being explored and how do I put it, expanding to you right now. We need to just build confidence around this. I'm learning confidence. That's my own confidence. And let me tell you some things I'm doing currently. I think I mentioned in second class, I'm learning volunteering. As of last week, I had my first interview for a non-profit organization that I want to interview for. I want to volunteer for. What I want to get from that volunteer is just one thing: build my communication and my speaking skills. That's it. Because like I said, if there's no actions without a reaction. We should have a goal. So my goal this year is to build my communication skills. And in my first class, I showed you my own personal work goal, my career goal this year. And if you want me to show it again, I can actually show it before the class runs out. But just put the chat on the text on the box so that I can show it again. I showed you my own personal career goals that this is what I want to gain in the next 1 year. And by God so good, I've been doing that. I've been progressing little by little. One of them is this mentorship class. So, like I said earlier on, so we need to understand how to build good communications. So also leading by example, this is not a new brainer. I've made my own little experience of life. That's what I've been using as an example in whatever we are doing. But don't know that don't look at it. I'm not like I'm perfect. I have my own flaws as well. But in my little perfect examples, my little good examples, I've been able to share, ranging from how I got my job, using networking, ranging for how I've learned softwares, how I've worked how I've managed about different 5 sites at a time, how I've worked in a very toxic environment, how I started my master's degree in the UK. It's a journey. It's a journey but nobody knows the end. But we just like we are believing God and God's going to grant us easy pathway in every journey we take. It's not easy. Once I always tell people, I always tell myself, well, I mean, nothing good comes easy. Nothing good comes easy. We need to pay the price for it. Okay. And also, so this is another thing I always want to talk about delegations and team empowerment. What this talking about is as a leader, we need to learn to delegate. There's this book I read that talks about the Pareto principle. Yeah, Pareto principle. 80, 80, 80-20 principle. Most of the things if you can spend 20% of the important tasks, it's going to solve 80% of other less important tasks. So if you can delegate your time effectively on 20% of the tasks, and if you can spend your time on 20% of the tasks and delegate 80% of the tasks, you are good to go. Than spending your time on 80% of the tasks to get a result of 20%, which is not good. So let's say, for example, right now, let me just give you a simple example about my own life, because I believe that we can easily relate if I'm using my own life as an example. When we started this class, some of us mentioned that, hey, sir, let's look at having a WhatsApp group. I know that these are little tasks that doesn't need my own capacity. What did I do? I delegated. Hey, who is going to be a class rep? Steven volunteered, which is good. And he designed he registered the WhatsApp group, and he has been managing that. That's simple. Just imagine I said, okay, don't worry, I will do that. I will create a WhatsApp group, and I end up wasting time on tasks that can be delegated. This is similar to our day-to-day activity. There are some things that we don't even need to be doing again. If you grow in your career, probably you go to a senior level, you don't need to be doing taking off again. You don't need to be doing cost plans again. What you just need to be doing is to verify the cost plans. What you need to do your business generation activities by meeting clients, by negotiating. Those are the things that you need to spend your time on. So as a leader, you need to understand tax to delegate, tax not to delegate. So, Alaimi Usman, currently what I'm learning is how to delegate tax. Let me just, another example is currently in my current job. I'm working currently with a senior director, and my own personal director told me that he mentioned to the director that Olaimi is going to be leading us on the project, which is very brilliant, what I love. I know I will fuck up, but I will learn. So what he said, that when he told me that, he made me the commission manager of that particular project. And I was now working with a junior colleague. So what I did was, what I'm doing currently, there's a part of our project, there's a part of my day-to-day activity that requires repetitive tasks. What I did was just to give that person that repetitive task aspect, while me I focus on the other thinking or calculation aspect of the project. That's just a simple analysis that we can do. But it doesn't now mean that, okay, when they say that Ola is going to release the project, I now want to feel like, okay, I know it all, I can do everything. I'll waste time, money, and effort, which is not supposed to be done. Do you understand? So we need to learn how to delegate tasks, and it's also help us in terms of collaborations, help us know some people's weakness, some people's strengths. So as a leader in trainings, we need to learn how to delegate tasks. And lastly, here is some of the continuous learning. There's a saying that says that the time you die is when you stop learning. I bet you stop learning when you die, vice versa. Do you understand? So we need to learn. And looking at a simple analogy is RICS. Even when you chartered QS right now in RICS, there is a mandate that at every year you need to attend either a webinar conference that amounts to 20 CPD hours, because that will show that you are still learning, you are still developing. Do you understand? So as a person, as a leader, we need to learn, grow, look at the new trend of technology, learn. Now, AI is coming now. What are we talking about AI? Are we just looking at AI is going to pass us, or is going to just take our job? And let me tell you a fact, AI is going to take some people's job. That's just the truth. It's going to take some people's job, and it's going to empower some people. In your life, no man. What I do sometimes, I go to YouTube. What are the what are the advanced prompts for ChatGPT? What are the advanced prompts from Perplexity AI? What are the advanced prompts from DeepSeek? Learn all those things and how to manage it. Okay, how can you do? I do all those things because I know that if I do not partner myself to with technology is just going to grow fast. Technology is growing faster than anything. The AI language of the AI and stuff of the thing It's growing faster than we can actually imagine. I prompted it yesterday at work to do some reasoning for me on on a productivity rate for maintenance of a particular item. The way he did the reasoning, even myself, in 2 hours, I can't reason like that. I can't get those figures immediately like that. Or you see, just imagine I'm now debating with AI. I'm trying to look at, okay, AI cannot take over my job. I will not now learn new things. I will not know how to prompt it. The next job role is going to be prompt engineer or prompt QS, people that can prompt AI and get the result. Do you understand? And so we need to start looking at things differently and start being open-minded with technology, open-minded with life. Because as a leader, we need now there's something they call AI agents as well. I know some of us now look at it. So these are leadership capacity role. It's not technical capacity role. The technicality of it is actually going away. Not really going away, but actually reducing because we have tools that can take up those repetitive tasks. So that's basically about how you can build some leadership skills and traits. So in just to recap, looking at the mindsets, we need to have a good mindset about it, and we need to strategize around it. And just some of the strategies in terms of communications, leading by examples, delegations, and team empowerment. So that's about leadership. So the next plan now, the next aspect now is about our career plans. In our first class, I promise us that some of the career plans we wrote, we are going to still talk about it and how to elaborate it. But I know this is the last class. But for the sake of how do I put it? For the sake of this group, because actually it's my first time. It's not the end. You can actually reach out to me if you need some career advices. Probably some of these. Okay, let's take a look at I'm very sure can you also see my screen? Hello.
Yes, we can.
Okay, yeah, great. Okay, smart. Yeah, yeah. So what I would just want us to do, I know some of us we have a green mark which is okay from this. You can just have this copy this sheet out, put it in your own drive. You can see these are my drive. Anywhere I am, I can actually access this in a later year. As you can see here, you can see my drive. You can see Beam Training 2022. I have Navisworks. I have big. Okay, I have a lot of things that I've been putting on my drive for long. So we just need to know that our destiny is in our hands, and whatever how we want to manage it not depends on us. So just a quick one that I want to mention on this career plan is we have actually written some career plans here, which is about 1 to 2 years, which is brilliant. And if you could remember, I mentioned that for some of us starting our that are just starting our career, it's better we do 1 to 2 years. Some of us that have more than 5 years, we can do more than that. But I'll be honest with you, for the short-term goal, just do 1 to 2 years, which is going to be okay for you. So one thing I want us to do, not for you to submit again, but for your own personal purposes, please look at these things individually based on the comment that I've written. Please try as much as possible. You can see, okay, for example, like Sarah, like this, there's a lot of work for you to do. This career, you might just put it down here and you come back to it in 1 or 2 years. You see that you are still on track. A, a little backstory of me, I think in 2017, I did a 10 years career plan for myself. But those career plans, I didn't do it in terms of smart analysis. I just did it generally because I wasn't aware of smart analysis then. But if I look back on those careers, I still have those books with me. If I look back on those things, some of them I missed them, some of them I did not miss them. It's just give a guide on yourself and it's self pride self-pride over the years. Okay, at least I achieved this. I did not achieve this. Okay, why didn't I achieve this? What can I do more? So that's one thing I want us to do. Please and please we can copy this sheet out, or if you want to download it, you can actually download it. You have access to them because I might not be able to check it. I have my own personal. Okay, this is my own personal. Blah, 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 blah. What is this? This is my own personal career goals for the year right now. Where's my dashboard? Let me dashboard. Yeah, like I said, this is my own career goal for this year. Actually, this is in line with the company's career goals. You send me a text. Yeah, please. Yeah, I will check. Okay, yeah, this is my own personal career goal right now. You can see I have 4 career goals. First one is develop my whole life this company, improve my public speaking skills, professional volunteering, and pass my APC. So we have our own personal our own career goal that we need to own. Well, if we not do, nobody's going to do it for us. So that being said, please and please, let's try to look at this. Look at, okay, please, have I not checked? Yeah, I think I've commented on peace. Please, I think I've commented on you. Okay, yeah, yeah. Okay, please, can I hear you talk, please? I don't know. Can you speak right now, please?
Yes, sir. Good
Y-
evening.
Yeah, okay, I could see that your career plan is actually quite of different from what everyone has said. Um, I don't know. Are you a QS?
Yes, sir. I am a quantity survey. Like, yes, I am a graduate of
Oh,
quantity surveying.
okay, so okay, because when I saw the career goal, it's actually kind of different. It's more of an into
Yeah,
agricultural sector, so that was why I was like,
I
oh,
I actually had a desire. Like, actually, my plan was run with quantity surveying for a period of time in my life, and then settle in agriculture because that's actually where my passion was.
brilliant.
Quantity surveying just happened to me due to
Oh,
JAMB. I didn't know what
oh,
was quantity surveying. So
oh,
what I applied for during university was geography, and I didn't get it. I got it in Polytechnic. So I just
oh,
flowed
okay,
with the admission for my ND. I now began to
okay.
fall in love with the course. I did my degree also in quantity surveying.
Oh,
But
brilliant.
that passion for agriculture is still there.
It's still
So
there.
I will not waste all the money I wasted on learning quantity surveying and not make money from it.
From
But
it,
I still
yeah.
want to further my passion. So I have a certain knowledge of quantity surveying. I have a certain leverage on quantity surveying. I can actually now begin to diversify or learn. So that by the time I want to go fully into it, I won't be going as a newbie or as a novice. At least I would have had some skill set or some set of knowledge in my arsenal to be able to navigate
Yeah.
that industry. So that is
Oh,
actually what I had in mind when I came on board.
oh, brilliant. Are you done to uni, your degree?
Yes, I'm done with my degree.
Okay, what school did you finish from?
Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Oka,
Oh,
Anambra State.
oh yeah, brilliant. And are you currently working with any company with Q as a QS?
I am not currently working with any company as a QS. I'm actually doing some freelance jobs.
Freelance jobs. Okay, okay. So you are based in Anambra,
Oka,
right?
yes,
Okay,
sir.
okay. So is it something that you can easily relocate when you get a job in any other states?
Of why? I'm ready to relocate as soon as I get any offer, as far as it is.
Okay. Yeah, actually, I was just particularly interested in what you wrote. And I was like, okay, I'm going to reach out. But I've not seen you join any of the classes, but it is what it is. It's a brilliant smart goals, but we just need to I've commented, which you can check later on. And so if you need more advices around that, I can actually help you again.
Thank you
Okay, is
very
that
much.
fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay, brilliant. So, as I was saying, in terms of the career plan, so let's try to copy these out, adjust them to some of the comments that I've mentioned. Please and please, yeah, I think yeah, I commented on this as well. So let's try to adjust it and own it to ourselves. And probably if we've adjusted it, probably in the next few years or few months, you want to change something, you are liable to change it. And if you need any more advices, as long as you join this mentorship, it's free. There's nothing for you to pay. Yes, sir. If something changes in the future, I will let anybody know. But as I now, I don't think I want to. I'm interested in. I'm not looking for any financial reward in this particular cohort as well. Do you understand? Okay. And one thing I always talk about also the second assess the skill assessment, which is okay. Some of what do not actually attempt to attend it, which is not really good. We were the one that agreed that we should make this collaborative, that everyone will see what each other is doing. But to that extent, some of us did not really actually attempt to read. So I don't really know why, but it is what it is. It's your destiny, it's your journey, you own it, you decide on what to do. But each and every one of us, I really appreciate it. And actually reviewing it for us to know what we need to work on. And lastly, for the CV, and it's okay. I see some of us sent late. Like imagine some people are sending 1 hour to the call, and you always I always say, like, I have my own personal stuff I do. So I actually dedicate time to review things like this. So if you send your CV late, I'm still going to review it. There's no crime about it. But if you have not sent, please try as much as possible to send it this weekend, because so that I can book a time on next week for me to check it and I will correct it. But before that, I would just want us to look at my own CV. My own CV is not perfect, but just to have idea of how it should look like if I've made some correction. Because looking at some people's CV, the format alone, I don't really think it can pass ATI. And I don't know if does anybody know what ATI is? Is it ATI? Sorry, ATS. ATS, sorry. Does anybody know what ATS is?
Assessment test.
No. ATS, like it's called ATS because it is applicant tracking system. So that system, it uses AI to take away some CVs. That's why you see in some ways that you apply for a job 2 o'clock, 2:15, they've sent rejection email. I don't know if have anybody experienced that before? You apply for a job in 1 minute and the next minute you receive rejection email. Has anybody experienced that before?
No.
No. Okay. So that's what most recruiters use. Some of us, like I said, some of us got job through networking. Some of us will not really get job like that. Some of us we will need to submit application, wait for the interviews and the like. What is this? I'm trying to look for my CV here. We need to get application, do all those things. So there are different routes, different paths for everybody. So we just need to, but at every path that we want to work for us, we should be prepared. If it's networking, you shouldn't be found wanted. Even his CV, you should be found wanted. You should always prepare in those two capacity. So let me just show you. This is my CV and cover letter. Okay. Where's my okay? Generation. Are you all seeing my screen right now? Can you see my CV right now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so you could see that when you are maximum, I always tell people that when you are doing your CV, sharing more than 2 pages,
And not your
except
CV, your CV is not showing.
You can also see the Excel sheet for the goal. We
sorry,
can't see that on the CV.
okay, sorry. Yeah, yeah. So this is just my updated CV as a June, as a January. Sorry, do you understand? So I always tell people when you are doing your CV, show me more than 2 pages, except you have like 10 years experience. You can have CV of more than 2 pages because as at then you would have you could have worked on different projects and the likes. So one thing I always say is when I talk about ATS, so ATS is an applicant tracking system that there's a template that's okay, probably, yeah, but I'm very sure that some people would have had that in Nigeria as well. maybe it's actually particular in the UK. I'm believing that some of us will be looking row outside our country. Do you understand? So if you are looking at that, you need to actually your CV must actually pass through 8 years because that's the first case for it to act for any interviewer or any HR to actually see it. So there's a font that is necessary, there's a font size that is necessary. You need to justify your CV. And yes, when you have like your headings, this it should have those, it should just be in this format. That's just it. It should just be in this format, your simple profile summary, your educations, your core competencies. You might name it different things, but ensure that whatever you are naming it doesn't go, it speaks the how do I put it, the item under it speaks what it's talking about in the headings. So you have your professional experiences. Now you can see my technical skills. One click LCA, Revit, Navisol, Blueberry, blah, 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 blah. I wrote all those things. Even chat, you can see chat GPT 3. Do you understand? Microsoft, you see, you need to, at least I'm sure that you need to, I know how to use any AI tools. Do you understand? So looking at that, this is the professional experiences. This is currently where I work, and I'm currently an ambassador for an NGO for the past 2 years right now. It's about sustainability, zero, blah, blah, blah. And I'm still doing that. Now, this is my past projects and past experiences, sustainability project QS. Now, I've worked as an assistant quantity surveyor. I've worked as a when I was in Nigeria, 5D quantity surveyor and BIM specialist. And these are the experiences you could see. And quantity surveyor. And these are the awards. So, and these are the awards and accomplishments. Some places I was nominated for as a role model. That was last year. Speaker, I've spoken at some conferences, I've spoken. You need to just put all those things in your CV for people to actually see it. You don't know what and what might pique some people interest. Let me just give you a backstory. In my current job, what piqued one of my interviewer interest was because I told the person I had spoken in some events. I told the person I had spoken on UK construction. He has spoken there, blah, blah, blah. Like you don't know what might trigger some people to actually stand for you. So that I always tell people, just do it. Just do it. JDI, just do it. You don't know. You don't know what might come up. So this is just like an admonishment for us to own our career. I know that I can't exhaust whatever I have or whatever things I want to talk about in this four class. But I just believe that at least we have learned one or two things, or into if eternity we've learned one or two things that we can't actually forget and that will help us in our career. So I think with this little knowledge of mine, with this little years of experience, I've been able to actually, let me finish it in a debate form. I've been able to actually to convince you and not to confuse you that you own your own destiny. Okay, so and I don't know if anybody has any questions, any observations, anything, just let me know so that I can answer you and wrap up the session.
Anita,
Okay, hiya. Yeah, I
so
can
my
hear.
own, I want to say thank you for everything done. And I think that I really need another mentoring because I'm seeing red, 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 red. I have the idea, but now it's how to put it together. So
Yeah,
I think I need your help on how to connect that. I really
yeah,
need your help on that.
yeah. You see one thing about like I'll be honest on this call so that it will benefit other people. When I say that um we should try to put some ideas on terms of our smart goals. Some of us will just wrote one line. Let's say for example, you right now, you just wrote one line and it doesn't really speak what you really wanted. So that was why I knew that this was not this really did not come from a place of passion. That was it. I'll be honest with you. I know you have that idea, but have you heard the phrase that ideas doesn't matter? Everybody has idea. Idea doesn't do anything. but actions speak. Do you understand? So I know you have idea, you have this big idea, you want to become the best. I know you have, we all have that. But let's put it in writings. Let's put that action, let's put that passion in writing. I know what you've been doing online. I saw your works online, which is brilliant. But for the sake of this mentorship class, let's put it in writings. That's the assignment. So if you go back to those stuff, and probably you can rewatch some of the second session videos and put some writings down. And if you've done that, you call me. I will respond to you. I don't know if that makes sense to you, Sarah.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
So okay.
Hi, sir.
Okay. Who is that? Sorry.
This is Abdulaziz.
Okay, Abdulaziz. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just getting in now.
Oh,
I don't know. Do I still have opportunity to share my own CV for review?
yeah. You can share. Yeah, you can share. You can share.
How do I send? Is it via mail? Your mail or
Yeah. You can share it via the email you've been receiving email from.
okay, I'll send it in a minute.
Yeah. That's fine.
Hello, sir.
Okay.
Hello, sir. Please, since he was talking about his, mine is already in your mail. I've sent mine already.
Okay, you sent it today, right? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, like I said, if you can still send it today, this weekend, it's fine so that I can book a time on Monday, on probably Monday or Tuesday for me to review them, and I will comment on them. And I'm very sure we all sent. Is it okay? I think both works. I can comment on both. Yeah, it's fine. Any format you sent, which is fine, as long as it's not picture. Yeah, I think it's fine. Is there anybody that has any questions? Yeah,
So have
sorry.
you seen my own? I sent my own like 2 within the week.
Yeah, it's fine. If you sent it, I will always have it on my email. So you don't have a problem.
Okay.
Yeah, Lydia, I don't think you've joined any of our class. How are you? And I think your mails has been bouncing back. Is Lydia there?
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening. Yeah, I always receive a bounced mail from you. I don't know why. How are
Yeah, I'm
you?
having issues with the speed. I'm fine, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. This is your first class you joined, right?
Yes, it is.
Have you watched any of the previous classes?
Not yet, but I will.
But okay, but you received them, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, it's fine. So yeah, it's fine. If you have anything, just reach out to me. This in the space of this month of March. So I know that okay. Yeah. So if you have anything, just let me know. Is there any other person that has any questions, any contributions, anything? Or is there something okay? Okay, first of all, is there anything that
Okay.
anybody okay?
Hello?
Okay. So I have something
Okay,
for
okay.
sustainability and whole life costing. Anything that
Yeah.
has to do with cost like that. So are there courses that we can take like to further help build on the sessions we have had?
Yes, there on sustainability, there is load of course on School of Supply Chain. Is this School of Supply Chain? Am I right?
School of
Yeah.
Supply Chain.
Yeah, just 1 minute. Let me just check. Is this School of Supply Chain or School of Sustainability or Supply Chain? Actually, I took some courses there too. So, but there are load of School of
London Business School.
yeah School of Supply Chain Management. No. Wait, I think no. Supply Chain Sustainability School. Let me just put a link on the chat. Supply Chain
Oh, okay.
Sustainability School. So that's there. Yeah. It's a UK. I think it's a UK company because I saw them at the conference too. So you can take load of
Okay.
sustainability courses there, and they are free. I'll put it in the
Okay.
chat. You can take load of, and talking about whole life costing, there is no load of courses there, but there are a few ones on RICS website. Let me just drop
Okay.
this. Let me just drop this instead of, since I'm here. Let me just check RICS life cycle. Yep. There is actually a guidance. Yep. Yep. I've seen it. So there's a guidance that you can actually help you to know more about how all these things works. Yep. So those are the two to answer your question.
Okay.
Okay. Is there any other question from anyone? Because I have my
Yeah.
question actually.
Hello, sir.
Okay. Yeah, Yusuf.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank
We
you.
really appreciate it.
Thank
My
you.
own little question is that if someone wants to pick an interest on BIM and sustainability,
Mm-hmm.
green building, and the likes,
Mm-hmm.
what's the best approach in picking a research topic to write on? So, like, you want to marry those areas together, do some research about those topics that we have been discussing over and over since the beginning of this mentorship class. So I want to see if there is a possibility on how to marry those areas together and, be the best, because I believe in whatever you do research on, you master it,
Exactly.
more. Yes, that's
Okay.
just my little question.
Yeah, thank you for that. I would say it's how I've done it in the past. You might not necessarily be able to marry everything at once. For example, Olayemi Usman is undergraduate degree. I did integration of 5D BIM with cost management. I was able to marry QS and BIM. In my master's degree, my thesis was, if I'm not mistaken, integrating of BIM in net zeros, in net zero integration of BIM to achieve net zero in UK. That was my master's. There, I was able to now do BIM and sustainability. So I don't think people might have done it. I'm not really sure. I don't know it all. You might just check some research gates. You can just put those 3 keywords on research gates. I'm very sure when you put those 3 keywords on research gates, it's pop up similar research area that has been done. But for my little experience, I've not been able to marry the 3 of them at once, but I've been able to do it twice. And if you are a researcher, if you can write multiple papers, you can actually explore more. Do you understand? Oh, I think you're muted. I don't know if that answers your questions. Okay, brilliant. I can see your chat. Okay, is there any other question? I don't think I've heard QSI sharp voice today. How are you? Oh, she's muted. QSI is muted. Okay, Joshua, you can ask your question.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone.
Good
My
evening.
my question is, I'll just make it short. Like, I'm very interested in BIM, so
Okay.
I'm hoping you could create maybe a roadmap, so a roadmap that I could follow to learn, and probably courses to recommend to, so I could just build my proficiency from there.
Okay. Yeah, it's fine. Well, I've developed some courses. Not really some, don't let me say some. I've developed a course, I think 2 years ago. But I'm actually looking at making those courses out for sales. Probably later this year, which I can't really tell you for a fact now. But in terms of roadmap, if you could remember from my first class, I gave my own little roadmap. My little roadmap started from academics and interest in terms of softwares. So it all boils down to, I'm very sure you are already working now. So you might not really go to the lot of academic, but I will advise you that if you can start from softwares, you can actually build some experiences from there. And softwares like Revit is a big starting point. Revit and Navisworks is a big starting point if you want to start a career in BIM. And you actually know BIM is wild too. It's just like QS. There are different job roles that's tied to BIM. You can see BIM in project management. They call them is it program digital from something? So what they do is they focus BIM on project management. You can see BIM coordinator, you can see BIM modeler, you can see 5D specialist, which is like the QS. So you need to know that, okay, if you like, I have my own friend that we came to the UK together, is a QS, but currently is focusing on core BIM design now. Do you understand? So building a career in BIM, you need to just start from the basis is softwares and majorly take some free courses on Udemy. My first course on BIM was on Udemy, and I could still show you my first certificate. I have a screenshot of those. That was my first certificate on BIM. Because then when I was starting, when I was starting my own, I take a lot, any courses that they wrote BIM, I will take it. Even if for HVAC, I will take it. Because and why I did that then was because I talked to a lot of people then that is not just QS. So imagine someone that is a mechanical engineer is asking a question and I'm not able to answer. Doesn't make sense. So then I was able to I'm taking every courses then around BIM. So that was how I built my own knowledge. Same thing to sustainability, but in the sustainability field, what really pivoted me was majorly my master's degree. Do you understand? But right now, I'm merging both sustainability and QS. And in the next few years, I'm hoping to, because I'm currently on enrolling for my doing my RICS, so I might do this space of being a bit more of so it's there are different roadmap that you need to understand, but you just need to hone your own. So what you are doing right now, what I would tell you that you should do right now, learn the software, start taking some courses on Udemy majorly. That will help you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It does. Thank you very
Okay.
much.
Okay,
And
great.
about your course that you said you develop anytime this year, if
Yeah,
there's any way
yeah.
you
So
could keep me
yeah,
or keep
actually
us updated, I would
I'm
appreciate
trying
that.
to brush it up. I'm trying to brush it up before I put it out. Do you understand?
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah,
thank you.
yeah, you're welcome. Any other questions, any other thing from anyone? Okay, Steven.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate. I think on the average of, let's say, like about 8 hours plus you've spent with us so far on this session, and I do not really take it for granted because I can remember maybe like last year or maybe like 2 years ago, I've been trying to follow you up on social. I reach out to you, but I know like something was not really working in place, and finally I was able to join your network, and I'm so particular about digital construction and all of that. Like the person that asked about BIM, I think I really learned that it's even a different case scenario to even understand what BIM itself is. Like
Yeah,
I had to even like take it down to I later understand that BIM is not even Revit itself. Like there is
so
is a process, like
the
a whole
process.
lot of on it. Like so it really took me a time, and I even had to understand what BIM is and now understand which part I'm going to focus on.
To focus
And
on.
luckily for me, like on this same session, I Pelumi, I'm opportune for him to be assisting me on my project. Like we'll be speaking like over the week, and it's a plus for me and also to the community as well. Like you said in networking and everything has really been awesome. And like you said earlier, if there are opportunities that you would share, I don't mind that as well, most especially in digital construction and
Yeah,
BIM area. And I know we have like minds here as well. And for
yeah,
my own end too, I'm currently a brand designer, and I don't know, I could volunteer for you if there's anything you need from my end as well. Maybe in terms of designs and little things I can do from my end too. So I'll always reach out to you at any time, and if there's anything as well.
Exactly. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate your time as well and your effort to volunteer to help the group. And like I always say, if I get any opportunity, trust me, you've you've earned a good mark in terms of for me. Do you understand? So if any opportunity in terms of civil engineer, being digital construction comes in, believe me, you by the grace of God, and if you have opportunity, I'm going to refer you as well. Even if you have a job, at least I'm going to still share to you. That's just it, because that's the goal. We are in this world to help each other in any little or more capacity we have. So thank you as well. Shinobola Olumi can ask a question. I think you are muted.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, I can
Good
hear you.
evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. So I don't have any question. I just want to actually appreciate you throughout the section. It has been a profound one. I gained many insights, and also with your, should I say, with the mentorship, I've gained so many connections, even on LinkedIn, international connections. That at least we are, since that time, we have been communicating and also sharing ideas. So I really appreciate it.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
and I will still need more of your help concerning uh, sustainability. But I'll be in touch as regards that. Because I'm
Yeah.
actually doing some things, but I will let you know.
Okay,
Thank
that's
you.
fine. That's fine. That's fine. You can always reach out. At least you have my personal contact, so which is okay. Hey, you Sylvia, can I ask you a question?
All right. Sorry, thank you once again. And like this one is in a form of a assistance.
Okay.
Like, what is your advice for someone that is willing to travel to abroad? What are the things that the such person needs to know ahead of his career? Like someone in the field of construction, I'm sure you are in UK. You've known, you have met some one or two things over there that you might have even be thinking of. I should have known this earlier before now. I should have gathered this knowledge before I come here. So all those things. What are the little advice that you can give to anybody that is willing to travel out?
Yeah, well, I always say everybody's journey is different. So one thing for me, what I would say that what I should have really learned before leaving, I think I would just say in terms of constructions, just understanding I don't really say basics. What should I have really learned? Well, I'm still young. I don't think I've missed a lot. So I don't think I've missed a lot in terms of learning. But if you are coming on a general note, that's why on a general note, if you are coming to the construction industry in the UK, you need to do some entry levels courses. Do you understand? For you to actually feed into the industry, and that's if you want to work in on construction sites. Me, I don't go to sites. I'm a consultant. I don't really go to site like that. So I don't really need those hands-on first entry level courses. They call them, if I'm not wrong, they call it HNC. Yeah. So these are the little courses I feel that people always say that they should take before they could do anything in construction. But I will tell you from a consultant point of view, one thing I didn't regret doing. Let me put it that way. I'm not saying I regret. I don't think I have regretted anything for now. Though I have some things that I didn't do. But one thing I say I did that really helps me is putting myself in the social media space on LinkedIn before coming. It really helped me. I won't lie to you. Because anybody that wants to either hear about me, check my profile, see how structured my profile is. At least that respect to be there, even though this people does not know anything. And it helps me when I want to get my ambassador, that zero I showed you earlier on. They had to go and check my LinkedIn, what I've been doing. What have I been consistent on? What's my background like? That I was able to structure my media space before coming. I won't lie to you, it really helps me in terms of getting jobs and everything in the UK. That's one thing I will tell you. But I don't think there's anything that I feel I didn't regret. I regretted not doing while I was in Nigeria. Like, no, I don't think so. Because I wasn't working in the contracting base or in bit of the business. I'm working in the consulting bit of the business. So, but if you're looking at the contracting, there are some little courses you should do. But I will tell you for a fact is that just know your crafts. Know your crafts. If you want to do QS, know your crafts as a QS, contractor QS. If it's a project manager, know your craft as a project manager and be exposed in terms of your socials and network majorly. So I don't that's the honest truth for me. I don't think there's anything I would say that I should have done I didn't do. Because one thing I should always tell you again is that you see, when you come to the abroad, especially the UK, there is this the recruiter will tell you that all your experiences back home is nothing. That's how they always see us. So we as an immigrant, we work extra, we work times two. We need to prove ourselves times two. So if someone is getting a result of one, we need to get two, not because of anything, because that is how it has just been designed. So as an immigrant, what I will always tell you that you need to just show up times two, do your job times two, get your stuff done times two. That is just it. So because no matter how you want to do it, if you come in, it might be difficult at first. I started on an intern. It may be that I was in, at least I'm almost at a senior QS in Nigeria, but I had to start again as an intern. But that was in line with my master's degree. After I finished an intern, I got a permanent offer, sustainability project QS, sustainability advisor, now consultant. So, everybody will tell you different stories, but you own your stories and make your life work and believe in God. That's what that's me. I am a firm believer of God. So that's just it. I don't need any other questions. Any other questions? If there's none, okay. So if there is none, I would just like, I know this last question might be boring, but for my own personal growth, I want each and every one of us to speak at this point. Actually, it's not compulsory. It's going to be a long something, but just one thing. Is there something that we've noticed? It's going to be a two-in-one question actually. Is there any word of advice that you can actually give Olayemi Usman, or is there something you've noticed during the call that I can actually improve on? Please, just say anything, but at least and just let me know. You might think that I might not found it is pleasing, but just say it's a feedback. I won't take it wrongly, please. I will just call your name. If you have anything, please just say, is there any advice you have for me in terms of my delivery in terms of this program, or is there something you've noticed during all the classes? Okay, is there any something Pelumi? Is there something Stephen, Michael, Yusuf, Miriam, Peace? I know you're just joining, and Lydia, but I think Aisha, Deborah, Abdulaziz has been with us, and Sarah. Is there anything that you feel that Olaimi can improve on? So if I'm hosting on that program, I would not make same mistakes again. Or is there something that you feel that I'm not doing right? Please, can someone tell me, help me out?
Hello.
From me.
Okay, sir. For
I can
me,
go.
okay. Please
Okay.
second first.
Okay, please, can you just raise hand so that I can actually just pick as the name comes up, please, so that I will not. Yes, please just raise your hand, please, if you want to say something. Okay, QS Miriam, you can first, number one.
Hello, good evening. Thank
Good
you
evening.
so very much.
Let me start with what I want. My own observation has nothing to do with the presentation or anything because it's the knowledge I'm looking out for. So I don't have an issue. So everything you've done for me is perfect. But I think, I don't know if it's from my hand, but the background, the lighting is blinking. And for someone like me, my sight. So I think it's distract me. It's
Thank you.
That's just my own observation.
Okay,
But it's
thank
not taking
you.
anything away from the mentorship.
Really, I don't notice this actually because when I'm presenting, I always just focus on the screen. And now I will mention this. I'm going to note that. And thank you for that. It's a brilliant observation. Okay, I will note that. Thank you. Background lighting because some people have eyesight problem, and you don't know that is affecting, and that's very brilliant. Thank you so much. Okay, Michael, yeah.
Oh, all right. No, for me, I wouldn't say there's much to improve on in terms of presentation. It's more about the assignments. It's probably on my part because I get a lot of emails. I tend to not see the assignments on time
Really?
until like I have to, yeah. No, but that's because of me anyway. So what
Okay.
what I was suggesting is to have like a Google Drive with the assignments and then put the link in the group, like in the description, so you can find all the assignments in one location, if that makes sense. But it's probably
Oh,
just on my part still, because I get a lot of emails.
emails,
So
yeah, yeah.
yeah, I tend not to see them unless it's
Okay.
like the link where I look out for and on like the hour before
Oh, group link.
the
Okay, I
meeting.
push it.
Right. Yeah,
Okay, I've
yeah.
been doing that on the WhatsApp group. That's
Yeah, no
great.
problem. That's the only thing, because the presentations are nice. They're always nice. They're always fun.
Yeah, really,
It's fun.
that's honest. That's an honest observation. Actually, I never knew that, but it's fine because I know
Yeah,
some
that's
of us
fine.
has a lot of emails, and it's true because I think I have about five different emails and one work emails. Just imagine going through those emails every day. It's true.
Right, right. It's probably, yeah, it's probably I probably should have like looked more diligently because even me, the second assignment, I didn't see it until like the Friday before the meetings. I touched it a little bit. But yeah, that's
Okay.
just my observation anyway.
Okay. Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. Okay. Is there any other observation from anyone again? Yeah, I've not heard someone's voice. Who that? Okay, Akio, Aisha, I've not heard your voice today. What happened? Is it fasting?
Hi. No. We exchanged pleasantries earlier because I was one of the few
Okay.
people that came in early. So my observation, uh, I think you have so much to say and so much knowledge to pass, but like y- you're rushing it or you're too fast. I don't know. I think with
Okay.
us is here everybody is attentive and is when you ask, am I too fast? And everybody says, no, no, yeah, okay. But I, I think in a bigger, there are quite a few people, especially if you're talking about corporate world that would want to have it not that fast, like slow down.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
not slow, but just take your time and then,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
You know,
be easy.
yeah. I complain. If you remember, I complain that I'm a very, very fast person. So I always try to call myself to attention that am I too fast? But it is what it is. I know I still need to go and learn more. I still need to go and learn more. No problem. Okay. I have three feedback right now. Thank you so much, Kesasha, for that honest feedback, and I appreciate. I'm going to work on it, and I'm just going to improve myself actually because when you're talking to people and you're rushing, it's as if you don't want them to understand what you're saying, and that is not the idea. Is for us to understand what we're saying and to be on the same page at every point. Okay, thank you for that. So I have three feedback. Is there anything that anybody wants to say again? Okay, Sarah, you raise your hand up there time. Oh, Sarah. Oh, okay. I think she's not here anymore. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. And one thing I would just want to say is I appreciate everyone's for your time and your efforts. And one already is there assignment. Okay, well, the last helper we just want us to do is we've said some of the things in this call. Not really okay. It's not really a big issues. If you can, if you can't, there's no problem. Just talk about this on your social medias and trust me, I'm going to share it. I'm going to repost it to help your visibility as well. And if there's anything you have during this month and any other time, just reach out to me. I'm willing to help without any issues. And I really, really appreciate everyone. Thank you so much. And I really want to say thank you. I don't know, let me just take it. I would have said I want to see everybody's face. Even sometimes I might not, I can see you on the street right now. I will not know you. And I don't know if it's possible to see everybody's face. I should just do, I want to do a simple screenshot if it's possible. But if it's not possible, it's okay. But if it's possible, I would just like to do a screenshot of your faces, at least just to have that, because I'm going to write about this online, just and I can tag you if you are on LinkedIn. So that is fine. So I just want to say thank you so much. So don't stop growing, don't stop being yourself, don't stop developing. Your destiny is in your hands. And as I always said, I'm very, very young in the industry. So if if there's anything that you you feel that this guy needs to still do, just let me know, even after this call. Okay, so I will just take a picture right now. I can see some handsome faces. How if I see some people on the road, I will not even know. You see, as I always say, let's see our faces. What's good? Okay. Okay, I'm taking a picture right now. Okay. Okay, thank you so much. I've done that for everyone joining. So I really hope and I wish you have a successful week and a week ahead. And I wish all of us a successful career because I know this means a lot to us. So if there's anything, okay, Deborah is raising her hand. Oh, Deborah, can you ask a question? Is she there?
Good evening, sir. Good evening. Yes,
Hey,
I'm here. Good evening, everyone.
good
It's
evening.
not a question, actually. I've been in transit, so I just got to my destination. That's why I've not been able to speak since morning. So
Okay.
it's not a question, but I just also wanted to say thank you so much for the 4 weeks. I could see the intentionality, and it really means a whole lot. You creating the time for us alone actually means a whole lot, and then going over and reviewing all the assessments. Thank you so much for your time and
Yeah.
dedication to the 4 weeks of mentorship.
Okay, thank you so much for your words. I appreciate at least it shows that we're learning something. So I wish everyone a successful week ahead and thanks so much for everything. Thank you. So if you have anything, don't forget you can reach out to me in my DMs. And thanks for joining once again. Do have a great week ahead. Bye everyone. So I'll stop the
Thank you.
recording
Bye
and I'm going to
bye.
send the
Bye
recording
bye,
as
sir.
well.